Okay, so here I have an example of these fake Uruguayans. They're not good mates. They're never good mates. And, you know, it's interesting. They're always the same. They're always your best friend for the first 5 minutes. They love to act like you're just suddenly the best friends in the first 5 minutes. And to me, it just seems an energy extraction thing and also fake. So here you see, like, this is the second guy I met in the video, randomly meeting a shaman on the mountain. Next to my tent and the camping ground here on that mountain road, on the corner, I met those two guys, and you see in the video the guy's holding a staff. This is the other guy. He was staying in the trees, and so I started to talk to him, asked him for, some flowers, some cannabis. Never ended up getting anything. He kept saying, I'll advise you. And I'm like, meh, I don't really smoke cannabis much anymore, so I don't really care. But then I said, I'm very interested how you managed to stay on the mountain, because he was staying out there in a tent, he said. And that other shaman is actually living down the road. You'll see the video on him as well. He's the one I'm talking about in high beta range NPCs. I saw him in the street. I said to him, why don't you reply to my WhatsApp message? Weren't you going to, help me get a house? And he's just full of shit. Literally. They're just bodies full of shit. You have to take this into account. I think he doesn't have a higher spirit. And you know what I forgot to say in that video? The other shaman, he puts people with like a high vibration smoke. He has a card, so he would come around your house and everything and do the little smoke thing, like where he releases some smoke from a herb and wafts that over you, and yeah, it like makes you feel a bit better, but it does not address anything. And I realized that would just help you go into the high beta range, which I was saying is like an unconscious state, and I've mentioned before that's where demons enter. And you have to listen to my other video, because I did a really good long talk on the high beta range. High beta and NPCs. You'll see the video in the Organic Portal playlist. Anyway, this is the second guy who was there. He's also a shaman, and he gives that type of advice on Instagram to people. And so I was like, yeah, how do you stay up in the mountain in your tent without getting in trouble? And it's interesting, he can walk in and out there during the night time or what, and just nobody says anything. And I just wanted to know about it. I was just curious, and I said, do you cover your tent in sticks or what? And he didn't reply. And then I showed him that night, why didn't he reply to that? He was replying to flowers and shit, and then he didn't reply to that. And then watch his shit excuse. You're going to see his stupid excuse. And then I showed him the video, Will I Survive the Night? You remember that one? That's no longer up, but my tent was flooding and collapsing. I accidentally deleted a whole week of videos, and that was in the week of videos I deleted. Some of you will remember that. I think it had like 80 views. So 80 of you saw that video. Anyway, I said, why don't you respond? And I said, don't you give advice to people on Instagram? Why don't you reply to me then when I need your advice, right? I'm asking him for his advice, how he stays on the mountain. And I said, Uruguayans are like gente people muy falsa. I said they're very fake people. Your amigos or friends for 5 minutes, for the first 5 minutes. That activated him. Because I dared to mention Uruguay. Oh no, how offensive. Remember, one of my first videos was these NPCs are nationalistic. I don't care what you say about Australia. Say whatever you want about Australia. I'm not Australia. I'm me, and I'm a human of the world. You know what I mean? Sure, Australia's a great country, but fuck it, I don't care what you say. It's your view. That's all on your view, that's your mind, and if you say it, you have to capture the consequences, so whatever you say about Australia is up to you. I don't care. You see what I mean? I'm not attached to it in that way, but they are. And so I knew that would activate him if he was an NPC too. So another NPC shaman, they don't operate the same as a proper high shaman like me, who is with their own spirit. They still just have the spirit of this matrix, and that's the difference. I have my own spirit. I have my own mind in that way, fully coalesced. Maybe they're starting on that journey, I don't know, but seems like, it's almost like robotic replies and stuff, right? Anyway, he's like, oh, and you're not friends with he said he's in Montevideo. So what? You can still reply how you lived on the mountain if you're in Montevideo and not here. It's got nothing to do with anything, you see? Stupid reply, hence. It's got nothing to do with anything where you are. You can still send a 1-minute message. You managed to now when you got offended. So why not when, I wanted your help and needed your help, right? So fuck them, they're not as good as they think. He's like, oh, I have a clear conscience because whatever he says there, something stupid. You can read it there, but it's shit. It's just a crap reply, and he's like, well, let's see what he says. I forgot now. But it's stupid. Here's what I said back at the end. I said, you meet like that for a reason, you idiot. How we met? You two are very stupid, shaman, because Uruguayan communism messed with your ability. I show this to the world on YouTube. That was my end reply, and I just blocked him because I'm sick of these idiots. They don't learn from what you tell them, right? And all their replies are is a guilt trip back, and actually they just attack your nervous system back. I'm not in a Periopolis, I'm Montevideo, working, helping other people. Oh, so you couldn't reply? Fuck off. If I have not answered you, it's because I'm solving other things. Whatever. Look how quickly he could reply me when I offended him. Is it full of shit? How come he can suddenly reply when I get him offended? That's why I said it, because I knew he'd reply, because I knew he'd get offended. Proving me correct. You see? Because the first time I was literally, genuinely asking for his help. Then he couldn't reply when I needed his help. Just a 1-minute message. I do not have to prove anything, and they just go into defending. Like I said, they'll defend their stupidity no matter what. Right? They just keep defending their communism and their ignorance and their ignorant movements. They love to do that. That's what all organic portals do. So that's what he said back. Yeah, have your clear conscience. And I said, oh yeah? Yeah, I'll give you what you know. You meet people like that for a reason, you idiot. That should have, gotten to his core. My last reply. But anyway, just wanted to show another example of these fucking stupid Uruguayans, man. They all move the same. All very fake at the start, and they love it. We're going to be friends. Like he said, friendship's not forged in 5 minutes. Yeah, so, asking questions like this, how you live on the mountain, is trying to forge friendship? You fucking retard? Right? Like, these people, man. It's absurd. Like, to say, yeah, friendship's not forged in 5 minutes, but then not reply. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to forge the friendship.